Welcome back to yet another edition of One Take. This week on One Take, I'm asking a question about yet another Yatra of Rahul Gandhi. No, not Bharat Jodo Yatra 2.0, but a Yatra to his former university, the Cambridge University. And the question I'm asking this week is that will this Yatra overshadow the Bharat Jodo Yatra, but for all the wrong reasons? Do Rahul Gandhi's foreign yatra actually end up putting his party into a bit of a spot and give the BJP an issue to hit out at him? Now, why am I asking this question? Now, before I speak about his past yatras and what they did or undid for the Congress party, a little word about the upcoming Cambridge Yatra, which he's going to go for, which he tweeted about, and which the Cambridge University alumni also tweeted about. And there he's going to be talking about democracy, he's going to be talking about India and China. And it all comes in the backdrop of many developments in our country. One, of course, the whole furor over the BBC documentary with the Congress party and the opposition parties accusing the BJP and the government of actually curtailing freedom of expression. Is that likely to come up in the Cambridge University? Most probably, yes. Second is the entire controversy over George Soros' comment where he said that there would be a democratic revival post the Adani revelations.
Adani is accused of stock manipulation and the stock collapsed like a house of cards.
That again has led to a tutu-meh-meh between the BJP and the Congress, with the Congress party while initially distancing itself from Soros, but finally was followed up by many Congress leaders by saying what Soros is right, he's showing the mirror to the BJP. The BJP and the central government hit back by saying, there you have it, the Congress party always wants to support an India beta. Third, of course, is that it also comes in a backdrop of what we saw inside Parliament with the opposition parties demanding a JPC and the Adani issue being raked up to put the Prime Minister and his government in a dock. Will all of these three issues come up in Rahul Gandhi's speech at the Cambridge University? Most probably, yes. Because he's also going to be talking about democracy and he may make a reference to the BBC documentary, George Soros' comment, and the fact that how the media is not allowed to speak openly, how inside the parliament also the voice of the opposition is curtailed. Well, that of course is going to use controversy because then the BJP will accuse Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party of demeaning the prestige of our country whenever he goes abroad. But the Congress's counter to that is, what does the Prime Minister do? When he goes abroad, he also criticizes the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. He paints his government as the only one which has done any work for the country, while his predecessors, which is, whether it's Indira Gandhi or Rajiv Gandhi, have done nothing, or even Dr. Manmohan Singh for that matter. Well, we'll wait to see what really happens. I'm sure that's going to be another one take and that's also going to be discussed in news. But just to step back in time of the many occasions when Rahul Gandhi's foreign yatra embarrassed the Congress party and also left many of them red-faced. Going back, of course, there have been many times. I'm going to go back to 2018 where he spoke about the fact that how India's prestige was completely at stake.
The levels of violence, the levels of anger that you're seeing in India. Right. And this, to me, this is central.
He in detail, and that's was at a university in UK where he spoke about, and also in Germany, where he spoke about the fact that how minorities in a country were being targeted. The Muslims, the Dalits, they were not free, they were not openly able to express their point of view, and how we have a government, and I'm using his words, where we had a government in place which has scant regard for the Muslims as well as the Dalits.
People being lynched because they are Dalits. Muslims killed on suspicion of eating beef. This is new in India and damages India very badly.
Didn't stop at that. In 2018 itself, whether it was in Singapore at a seminar or there was another one which he held in Germany and UK as well, he again continued his attack on the government. I think one of the most horrifying ones was the one, and the embarrassing one was when he compared the RSS, which he said backs the BJP and is the think tank of the BJP, to Muslim Brotherhood.
Both organizations were founded in the 20s. Both organizations believe in institutional capture. Both organizations view the electoral process as a means of capturing institutions. Muslim Brotherhood was banned after Anwar Sadat's assassination. RSS was banned after Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. So there are tremendous similarities.
Now, we all know Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization. He does call the RSS as a party or an organization responsible for the assassination of the Mahatma. But when you go abroad and you compare the RSS to the Muslim Brotherhood, that of course gives rise to a lot of controversy and furor, and that's exactly what the BJP objected to. And there was a case which was filed for defamation against Rahul Gandhi. Apart from that, he also kept on attacking the Prime Minister. In a detailed speech, he spoke about a new India. He said, in today's India, you don't have any respect for people. There's no freedom of expression, there's no freedom of speech, and the Prime Minister is the one who's responsible for it. Again, the question which arose was that was it correct of Rahul Gandhi to demean the Prime Minister when you're abroad? And finally, at the latest one, it was in 2022 when he went to UK, and there he met up with Jeremy Corbyn, and he was a part of an entire delegation where other opposition party leaders were also there. For example, the RJD's Manoj Jha, who's also a very good friend of Rahul Gandhi. But Rahul Gandhi was clicked with Jeremy Corbyn. Now, who's he? He's an MP, but he's also a known India baiter. He's the one who's spoken out against the revocation of Article 370. He talked about internationalization of the Kashmir issue, essentially meddling into India's affairs. That again led to a lot of objection by the government. The government also made the point that whenever any member of parliament is travelling abroad and it could have an impact on the diplomatic equations, the government needs to be kept in the loop. In any of these trips that Rahul Gandhi has gone to, has never bothered to take permission from the MEA or even inform the government. The rebuttal coming in from the Congress party at that point of time and even now is that he's a member of parliament, he's been voted to power, he doesn't need anyone's permission to go abroad. Any MP can go abroad to attend any seminar, not completely the real picture though, but that's what politics is all about. We all know that Rahul Gandhi's foreign trips are always an issue of controversy, an issue of taking pot shots at him, but they are those personal trips, you know, when he goes on holidays. Here we are talking about his so-called official trips when he goes as a part of a delegation and takes part in this seminar. Now, why am I asking this question this week? Will his Cambridge Yatra, and if he raises question marks over the government, over as far as the Adani issue is concerned, what he calls a denial of democracy is concerned, will it actually completely overshadow the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the traction it got? Politicians also have to be on the right side of the perception. They also have to ensure that they don't give it on a platter to their political opponents, which is the BJP in this case. The Bharat Jodo Yatra, by the Congress's own calculations, has gained a lot of traction. We all saw it did. I mean, for its projection in the media, on the YouTube space, the fact that he was able to get the party workers together, getting the crowds, and also it was a tough journey. Tough yatra which he went on foot and from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Despite that, the Congress party's real challenge, and this is something we have always spoken about, now remains is how is he able to now get traction out of it and translate it into a political benefit. I remember I was at that press conference in Srinagar where Rahul Gandhi was asked this question. He said, now that I've finished leg 1 of the yatra, I'm now going to be focusing on the second part, which is how to translate it into a political journey. And that's where his challenge will always be. The litmus test will, of course, be the upcoming state elections. But now, if in this Cambridge University, he makes a controversial comment, it is likely to overshadow whatever traction and whatever good press he may have got from the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The BJP is going to wait and seize that opportunity and going to be attacking Rahul Gandhi, saying, there you have it. He never lets go of any opportunity to attack this government, even on foreign soil. In fact, precedence has shown that whenever Rahul Gandhi has personally attacked the Prime Minister, it has always boomeranged politically and electorally on Rahul Gandhi and on the Congress party. Before I start wrapping up, the counter argument comes in from the Congress party is that what about the Prime Minister when he goes abroad and attacks the Congress party and its former Prime Minister? Well, that is, the jury is still out on that because he's speaking there as a Prime Minister and, you know, essentially he's showcasing his country. So people will remember his present comments rather than his attacks on the past. But that's what I had to say. Do give in your reactions on the social media timeline and do tell me whether you agree with me, whether this foreign Cambridge Yatra, if it comes into news for all the wrong reasons, can it completely overshadow and negate the Bharat Jodo Yatra? Thank you so much for watching.